Sweden, a lot of the golf clubs do stellplats or camping. They're like little CL sites that you might find in the UK, and that's what we're booked into here. We're parked over here, and it's a general parking area. You can see the car park goes right around here and over that way, and there's a main road just there, and I'd say it's pretty cheap. We've negotiated a price of 75 crowns, and you multiply that by 0.083, I think, so it's about 80% of that, so about £6, about £6 a night. But they do charge 10 crowns a night for electricity. So 100 crowns a night for electricity. So it's sort of, the usual price is 100 crowns for the pitch, and 100 crowns for the electric. So 200 crowns, which is about £16 a night if you want the electric as well. We've been here for a few days, like to a couple of nights, and we're still trying to find out where to empty the toilet cassette, which does need emptying. We've got a spare one just in case if we need to swap over, but they're not it's not their open season, so the golf club isn't really open yet, and they're a bit confused about camper vans or motorhomes emptying their toilet cassette. They didn't seem to know what that was. I'm hoping that they're going to come back to me today. I'm probably going to pop up to reception and say, have you got that information yet, because it does need emptying. If there's nowhere to empty it, we will have to move to a more expensive campsite, which, you know, I didn't really want to do. I mean, this place is sort of right out in the middle of nowhere. There is a main road goes by, but it's really quiet, and you know, we wanted to stay here for a few months, and of course the more expensive the place is, you know, the more expensive it's going to be over time. It's okay to pay a little bit extra if you're staying for 1 or 2 nighs, like, you know, like we did at the HJO place just before we got here. That was like £20 a night with the electric, and that's okay for one night when you're trying to get somewhere and you want to be like stowed away for the night. That's fine, but if you want to stay for, you know, well, we're going to stay March, April, May, June, so that's sort of 4 into July, so that's 4 months, and you know, instead of £6 a night you're paying 18. You know, it's 3 times the cost, so it's like, you know, massively more expensive. So we're not quite sure. We're hoping that we can get a toilet emptying and all the other facilities here, but if we can't, then yeah, we're just gonna have to book somewhere else. I mean, we could go back, I suppose, to where we were last year. That was quite a good place. There's more, but it's further away from my son's house, and it's a bit of a drive. And to be, you know, trekking backwards and forwards over all that time is a bit of a pain. But it's quite nice. The weather's cold, really cold, compared to our time in Spain, but it's okay. It's been a bit wet. It's right cloudy at the moment, although the solar panels are putting in about 6 amps even in this cloudy weather. It's cloudy, but dazzlingly bright for my eyes, so that's why I've got the sunglasses on. Seems a bit weird. You know, it's disappointing that they don't know about the toilet emptying. I'm harping on about that now. I'm going to go and find out, and we'll let you know how we get on, or whether we need to move. But we're in Sweden. Lots of people are sort of self-isolating. We're pretty isolated. None of the family have any symptoms of coronavirus at all. We don't have any symptoms, and haven't had at all. So it's probably a week since we actually interacted closely with anybody else outside of the family. I think the last time I interacted with anybody was in Germany. That's the closest I've been. So we haven't really. On the ferry maybe, but we weren't close to anybody. Maybe I paid some cash over, took some change from the guy on the ferry, so that that might have been, but no symptoms since then. And it has been, when was that? That's nearly a whole week away. Nearly a whole week ago we went on the ferry, so that was Thursday morning. It's Wednesday now, so I think we've done a good job of sort of staying away from the virus, and making sure that we don't get infected and that we don't infect anybody else. So it is a serious thing. It can. I think most people that are sort of young, fit and healthy, don't have any other issues, are going to be fine. It's those people that do have, and we've had some stories back on the comments about people having asthma and being really, really sick, really ill, and that's been awful. And wouldn't want to wish that on anybody. So especially the older, more infirm people. Having said that, we're almost in that category ourselves, in our mid-60s. So but we're pretty good, all fine. I think the weather is going to improve as we go forward. It's the middle of March now, and it usually starts to just edge forward, and temperatures start to lift a little bit. It becomes a little less wet and cold. There's no real snow, although you have seen some snowfall on our videos over the last few days, and that was when we were travelling up through the lower parts, or the more southern parts of Sweden. There's quite a bit of snow at one point. I don't think the video did it justice. It was really heavy and settling. But this is quite a nice place out in the country. Not many people about, a few golfers, but there's a guy going up to the course over there to play golf, and it all is pretty good. So there we are. That's us settled in Sweden. What we're going to do is we're going to do a bit of a review of the whole journey and how we feel, because I think we've been pretty lucky in terms of when we left Spain a couple of weeks ago, and that we just missed all of the sort of lockdown and border closures as we moved further north into Sweden. And lucky we didn't try and come through Denmark as we have done in the past, and we came over via the Rostock ferry, because the Denmark borders would have been closed and we might well have been stuck in Denmark at some point. But now the only worry I have really is, are we going to be out of lockdown? Am I going to be able to travel back home in July, August time to get the van MOT'd. And what do I do if if I'm not allowed to travel in my home, my only home? What do I do when it's out of MOT? What happens then? Anyway, I'm sure the nice government people will work that one out. But that's it from me and us. Wendy's inside packing up some bits and pieces to track over to our son's house where we'll stay tonight. And we're sort of going backwards and forwards, spending the night there, coming back, and helping out with the children and so on. So but that's it. So I'll see you again tomorrow, where we'll tell you a bit more about our adventures in Sweden. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this, and do subscribe and click the bell icon. We'll see you again soon. Bye bye.